Yes, sir, you so just say, oh, I drop, I yes, I die. On a side, don't you buy it with you? My get out of that, or try it forever. Why you pay your play? I'll be on your play. Put that yourself, put that young man, you. I say, oh, by now. You was a nene glass. You just say, oh, just say, oh, just say, oh. Hey, my yourself, I'm like, what you looking at? I say, oh, like you. This is a special birthday song for that dog. Jawali Jonetta Wele. We say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter, not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. We want to remember her late daughter, Yolo Jira Wayne Taylor. Rest well. Not forgetting Brother Tony Wele Patu. Yasina So in Taxi. Mother Teresa Playing So in Rhode Island. Yeah, we are traveling. Edward, your birthday, Edward Luson, Capiada. I say, oh, God, you. I say, oh, I didn't know. I say, you put. Oh, I do this, wow, God, you. Ante Orito So in Rhode Island. I said, my. Ante Helena, Poa, Rhode Island. Uncle Tommy So in Liberia. But yeah, the late Uncle Stanley So. That's young. Says Angie in Rhode Island. Anita Zian, Minnesota. Apogee draw, but you drop my old like you. Jonetta, well, I did drop my old, or I see myself. When your person looking, you just say, oh, like you. No, I bleed Daniela, not run on the way. You say, get it. I'm behind your draw. When I go. Alfonso So, many times of Mr. Alfonso So in the US. And now Alfonso's young soul, they could be up waking. I try to say, what's your boy? Congratulations to that Jawali Jonathan Wele. It is your birthday. Madere, I just say, oh, God, see what I'm going to do. If I'm running away, never. And where you are, not forgetting the cousins of the celebrant. Anita Zian in Minnesota. Direct Talu, Minnesota. Uncle Jerry So, Rhode Island. And some important personality here, right? Not forgetting our late father. Johnny Zian So. Rest well, father. My birthday So, rest well. My next So, listen with. We are in a double celebration. Congratulations. It is your graduation and your birthday as well. We say happy birthday, congratulations. Our medical director. We want to say many thanks to all of the friends who attended the occasion. Dr. Jawali, extend our thanks and appreciation to you all. We call her Dr. Jawali Jonetta Wele.
Just a minute.
What's up? In Blabo.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. To say happy Father's Day. Welcome for this Sunday's editions of the Examiner live on LPR-TV with the Analysts. I am your host and presenter, Tefonso and so this beautiful Sunday evening right here from the East Coast. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for sharing your evening, afternoon, and morning with us. Let's take the quick commercial, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Just call today.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business. Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
We say good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am Alfonso Salt right here this quiet, beautiful evening from the East Coast of the Liberia Public Radio. We say good to have you. We say happy Father's Day to all out there. We say hopefully you enjoy your day. Hopefully you got a phone call wishing you a happy Father's Day. If that wasn't even done, just remember this country is on wheel. Too much is ongoing. Don't take it personal. But it's people should do that. We say happy Father's Day. And let me just jump in right here to Mr. Ellis D.S. Queer. Happy Father's Day. Hopefully the day went well. Relaxing, cool, and somebody also wish you that. This is how we want to begin here this evening here on the Diaspora Informative News Magazine. I am Alfonso Zienso right here this evening. This is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner. It comes your way every evening right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, based in the East Coast. Depending on your location, we are always here to have these national conversation, community conversation, news making headlines in Liberia, right here in the diaspora, and even to tell your own story. That's what we do. We enhance the storytelling. We build the capacity for people to know and hear your side. So this is what we do here. And by the way, we involve a multitude of roles as well. And this is what sets us apart. We don't just deal only with the elites or top people up there. Our microphone is reachable no matter who you are, where you base. We always give the opportunity for people to have their story told, and that's what this network stands for. We say our prayers and thought goes out to the Hinne families right here in the Ocean State of Rhode Island, to the lady, her husband, their uncle, their nephew, their father, to rest yesterday, and we were privileged to be part of that homegoing ceremony where it was broadcast also in Liberia for family members to be part of what was happening here in the USA. This is what we do in different types of services that we provide. So even if you are in the USA, you are in Liberia, you are a small business owner, let us know. We have the capacity to sort of amplify, to add voice to what you are doing, to tell your success story. And you can also have we can do some commercials here for you. We can give you some promotions, and if you have an event, be it a convention, be it a wedding, whatever it is, whether it's in the USA, in Liberia, whatever thing, let us know, and there's no way we can figure out. Venetia will say happy Father's Day, and hopefully your day went well. Enjoy it as well. This is a day set aside in the 20th centuries, right? To kind of like set aside as a Father's Day. So, they are a traditional day that usually when it comes, phone calls, felicitations, best wishes goes out, and which is good. So hopefully you told somebody a happy Father's Day today as well, because just how you want to be wished a happy Father's Day, you must also wish someone a happy Father's Day. We say good evening. We say welcome to today's editions of the Examiners. Hopefully the analyst is going to join here, and even at that, we will keep the lines open here to have a conversation to tell us what you feel about your country, what we need to know, some of the things that we are not talking. Of course, you will have the ability to have those sort of conversation as well. And this is what we do. So thank you for joining us here this evening, and hopefully you had a very great day here. It's after 8:17, and you still see out there as if it is just 5 or 6 o'clock, So the water has been so terribly hot here today in the East Coast here. I'm not sure where you base, where you are watching from, but it's been the sort of a horrible weather here today. But just stay warm, stay out of the heat wave, drink enough water to avoid being dehydrated and all of that. Just keep the system cool and nice. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a quick commercial break, and I will be right back, and we're going to jump into some of the news making headline. I am Alfonso Zian, so I'll be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
That's the Anna dreams. Don't just escape, but also dream. If you want to get your reservations, whether in Liberia, you want to go on a cruise, whatever vacation you want to take. This is our own Liberian business, Mr. Fredericks. They are based in Pennsylvania area. The phone number is there. So just in case you want to travel, I just give them a call and just tell them, Ace, LPR gives you that message. And you never know, extra discount could or potentially be applied. And this is what we should do. We should help to promote our own businesses, Liberian entrepreneurs, these businesses. That's what we need, because eventually, who never know, the better it becomes these business, it can potentially transition into Liberia, and more jobs will be added to the society. It's just so tough in the country. The world all over. It's just all over, not just only in Liberia. I mean, time has changed so much. Things that you used to see 4 or 5 years ago, that's just a different thing now. And so, yes, we have to live with it. We have to deal with it as well. We say good evening. We say welcome to tonight's edition here. Let's peruse through some of the major news, print media, on some of the things that are happening from inside Liberia until the analysts can join us. And of course, one of the huge things is this bust of this drugs in the country. It's just taking a lot from the airwaves, but it's more being done to address it, for us to get some answers, for people to be held accountable, instead of this sort of blame game. This sort of group, they didn't do it the last time around, and we're doing it now. We suspended people. People are not suspended. What are we doing now? Because there are a lot out there. Too much is ongoing. This is where it makes it very difficult, because when the informations are not forthcoming, people use their own personal judgment, their own perceptions, their own feelings to fill in the gap. And I think this is huge. So the GOL, that's the government of the Republic of Liberia, really do have the responsibility to keep citizens, to keep not just only us, but friendly government within our diplomatic enclave, our partners, to kind of reassure them, because this is not what we want to see happening. You don't want to get yourself involved with this thing, because this is something most countries, is it going on here in the US? Is yes, drugs is also, there are all challenges here. But we don't want to alienate our partners, our donors, because these things, when they are in the countries, we don't want it to be like a hub of Africa, a transit point, where people are going to be using illegal substance, leaving from Liberia or coming from Liberia, or people going there to do business. This is why it's so vital. This is why it's so important that the government, the citizens, and everybody, but these charges must be, it is a GOL that to lead these charges. Hey, Mr. Stephen Sla, happy Father's Day, buddy. Good to have you here. Hope you had a nice day. I hope somebody called today and say happy Father's Day. And even if they didn't do that, just who knows, some people came from the doubles, the triples, and all of that, just want to rest, the water all factoring in. So that's what happened. But if no one says it, I would say happy Father's Day. And I want to say thank you for your commitment to this network every evening, every time, every afternoon. That is vital. That is important. And this is why sometimes when we are even tired and exhausted, we get our own 16-hour and other activities to, but we sign up for this. And so we must be committed to it. So I want to say thank you so much. And I say happy Father's Day. Hope you had a nice day here, nice evenings, and still going on. And we do really appreciate having you here. Back to the boiling points of the day of this drugs issue here. And don't hesitate to also tweet your comments. I'm going to put a phone number here. We want people to kind of really call in to speak about this. Do not leave this thing with the media war alone. Do not leave this with the media war. The media war is polarized. The media war is heavily divided. So when we come here, we become more or less protective of our side, leaving to the ordinary citizen vulnerable in order to make an informed decision. Not that they can do it, but they look up to us to kind of create this sort of cutting edge conversation wherein they will be able to have a say. But when a host comes out and begin to give justifications and excuses and proxy the affairs of the government as if they are government spokesperson, or taking the opposition tone, not being very objective into this conversation, then that's a problem. And that's the problem that we are having today. Makes it very, very difficult to have these critical conversations because each and every one protecting his or her own alligator. The sort of neutral conversation to come to the table. I mean, the mainstream media of today and the diversity that the society has engulfed itself with the politics and everything involved, it makes it very, very, very difficult. So each and everyone have their own talking points. They restructure, they reconstruct the case. Even if it was glaring, they reconstruct the case and give you a good presentation. And sometimes it just become much dangerous for the country because these people that do these things, they are in minority. But ultimately, their voice become influence. They influence a lot of people. They make argument, they make the case, so it makes it very, very difficult. But too much is ongoing, and minimum information is coming out. So people have the right to say, wait a minute, what is going on here? With this kind of amount, this kind of illegal substance being saturated, being infused in our society, and not much being done. So I thought we should be getting into a regular briefing, updates. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is where we are. That is not happening. So it brings to my mind there are a lot of hands, and I could be right and I could be wrong, because if people are not getting the information they should be getting, then they fill in the gap. Joining me from Connecticut here is LPR senior analyst and contributor Walton Ketter. Claimed to be independent, but he actually a reaction. I don't know how long you will continue to stay being a reaction. But he's joining me here. We intend not to leave no one behind in having this national conversation. Let me just bring in Walton Ketter. Ketter is here. Ketter, good evening, and I say happy Father's Day.
Well, thank you, brother. So happy Father's Day to you too, because I know you're a fabulous father. And I would like to say happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful fathers who are watching this program, sharing this program, and who are taking care of their family. Enjoy your day. The day is yours to celebrate. We are here to talk about our country, what is unfolding in Liberia, and we will give you the best. Thank you.
Okay, but you see, you pull a hook. You always like to take it either the Wiashian way or the Sidishian way or the Keter way, but I will give you the opportunity to explain which way you are taking it. Yeah, the people who are taking, so those who are not taking care of their people, they not go further, right?
Well, it's not everyone who have a child can be a father.
Not everyone that get up pants is a father, right?
A father, yeah. So we know good fathers, yeah. So we are saying Father Day celebration for all the good fathers who are there for the kids, the father who are responsible. And, we're not looking at father who allow their children to be displayed in their own land and come home and cannot even give us good explanation. Yeah.
You guys are so politically grounded. This is, I think, this is beyond Father's Day
So
now.
let me just send a caveat here tonight because I'm waiting for the labor to come on. Today is Father's Day, but
Mhm.
we cannot say Happy Father Day to the president of our nation because he has deserted his people. He has caused his people to be internally displayed in his very hometown. So he's a deadbeat father, a father who cares not about his children, a father only cares about himself. He's not a good father. So we don't say happy Father Day to him. So if Labor comes on a platform tonight and want to defend it, we will deal with him the way we're supposed to deal with him. But I think the statement that I made is factual. The statement that I made, anybody who does not take care of their family, your immediate family, then I don't think you're a good father. And where I see not only that this president has fulfilled, he's not fulfilling he has gone contrary to his fatherly duty as protecting his own people, contrary to his fatherly duty by protecting his own people by allowing strangers to come and display the people in their own land, in his own hometown, is something that we can look at and talk about. Moreover, he has dropped on his watch that people, his able lieutenants, name are being mentioned. And up to now, we see nothing going on but part of talks. So I want the labor to come here to defend it.
So, let's get record straight here. Let me switch my man. Salon Amos, happy Father Day. Good to have you here. Did I hear you saying you not say a happy Father Day to who?
To the likes of Joseph Newman Boaka, president of Liberia, that the labor referred to as father of the nation. A father of the nation supposed to be a responsible father that takes care of his family, that keep his house in order. Is our house in order in Liberia? I said no. When you have internally displaced people, we're not fighting war, but your people are displayed not because of natural disaster, but because of disaster from the creation of this father, then we cannot call him, we cannot even give him that title or even celebrate him as a happy, a person who's supposed to have, happy Father's Day or greetings or is a good father. Because in your own hometown, not elsewhere, not in Nima, not in Granjida, not in Sino, not in Mosrado, but in your own time, not in Zozo, but in his hometown of Foya, that the people over 27, almost I think 37 or 27 towns, the people are displaced. They can't go back to their farms. They can't go back to their homes. The kids cannot go back to school. They are being pushed on other family members. We cannot call that a father of the nation. He's dirty.
I'm kind of surprised this evening. Ketra.
I'm listening.
Yeah, this is, I think you kind of like it's too early this Father Day to kind of get these gloves off. Should we say Happy Father's Day to former President Weah?
Well, President Weah, I can say happy father to the President Weah because he's a man of integrity. He got his family in order. We see President Weah is right now on the global stage where the world come together to rejoice and watch the beautiful game. President Weah is an honored person in the midst, and we see him doing a whole lot to bring world peace because through sport, people are united. People of all countries in the world sit in one room and enjoy the beautiful game,
That's what
all
Dr.
because of
We should
President
be
Weah.
getting border to be making peace.
Well, President Weah is now in office. President Weah, if
It's a former.
President Weah go to make peace with Guinea and Liberia, this administration that is so vindictive, these people that are very thin-skinned, they will start to say President Weah is undermining the process. And look, sometimes you just let them continue to make mistake that they fall in their own trap because you're not going to allow President Weah to fall in what is unfolding between Liberia and Guinea until maybe after the whole thing is over and we come sit with Guinea to the table and say, look, enough is enough. Go back to your country and let us continue moving the way we move prior to Joseph Boakai whole saga with Guinea. Because to be honest with you, President, we have served 6 years. Guinea never crossed the border to come and sit on our territory. The intelligent, the most talked about, the most influenced, the most influential person, the man with integrity, the man who could get the job done on day one, came to office and in his own hometown of Foya, after lying to Liberian people that he was building a peace sanctuary for the Mana River. One of the Mana River members said, okay, I'm coming for you. Cross into that very territory. And President is still sitting there. As a matter of fact, he said Liberians should not speak about it. This cannot be a good father. So when Labour come on this platform, and soon he talk and say the father of the nation, we tell you say that only in his nation, the nation of the Labour, not in Liberia, the nation of Liberia, the nation that the Labour got, maybe that in Cincinnati or wherever he is, but not Liberia nation.
Oh, Keta, they were here tonight. You're not easy.
Yeah, I can't. I try to put my crew out on the other side. I put my other crew, my crew identity on, and you know, so
that the crew identity you displaying so.
And the crew identity as displayed.
All right. Okay, Labour has sent a special envoy who's going to take care of you before he arrives.
I tried to allow the Labour to come, or you go bring the Remy on. Today Sunday, Remy, and the man wants more peace pie with me.
Okay, Mr. Collins, good to have you. Happy Father's Day to you and your entire household. They may not come with the airplane again today. Hey. The airplane work can just fall down anytime in the air that you now can't bring it again. Air level. Mr. Happy Father's Day, buddy.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Okay.
Look, happy Father's Day to you guys, Reverend and security analyst.
Keta came to vent his anger and say a lot of stuff about the president of the Republic of Liberia. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but to say that the president has displaced and people and there should be no happy Father's Day to the president, he's not fulfilling his constitutional obligation. You see, this is the danger. You guys at Talkside, and we're continuing to, you will keep people distracted. You will not make us, you're gonna confuse the Liberian people. You know, we're talking about the draw Friday. Say you don't want to reach a prayer anyway. You talking to liberal in another version. You are talking to terrorist callings. That you know. So it's a complete provocation that you have started this evening. I have no clue how you're going to end. But anyway, gentlemen, tomorrow, Terry, good to have you. Javier will say happy Father Day. Rescue 2. Okay, you see, liberal folks are coming. Rescue 2, Clarence Davis is in the house. Mr. David, happy Father's Day to you. Thank you for your commitment to this network. I don't agree with you on a lot of things, but I do respect your views, your opinion, and your participations on this network. That's what we do here. I'm not like a liberal who cut people off, who doesn't allow people to speak. All right, gentlemen, good to have you here. We say happy Father's Day to all of you. And I want to say my hats up. Thank you all so much for the commitment, your time, the expertise you provide here, even though some of them can be a headache for people. But hey, we got to deal with it. We can take the ibuprofen. We can take the Tylenol to cool down the pain. What is important, your presence here as usual. Look, Terry, I'll be forced to jump in to bring you here. I'm having concern, and it's good Moses is here, the issue about the drugs ongoing in Liberia. I don't see much is being done. The reason why, I don't know. I know Moses is going to tell us here again tonight. It takes time for investigations. Yes, it takes time for investigation, but also immediate actions of perpetrators, those who facilitate. It's not good for us, for our country. This is going to get us in trouble with our partners. If not, if much is not done for them to see, because they gave this set of intel. And that's the danger about us. We don't have our own communications. We have to rely on the South Africans. So whatever they tell us, we have to agree with it, because they have to analyze, they have to pull these records, they can do anything with it before even GOL get it. But the big powers, they know how to get it. But look, Terry, let me just bring you in. This thing here, man, the way it's going, it's not looking good.
Well, thank you again, Mr. So, and happy Father's Day to all the men out there, even though the women, some of them do not respect the men, and they only want the Mother's Day to be celebrated, but the Father's Day should not.
I
And
know.
so so we don't see a lot of flowers and appreciation on
That is
social.
all say now. So
But yeah, at least my wife celebrate me. But I'm speaking for the other men out there who are not celebrated today. I want to say Happy Father's Day to you. You are strong. You are great. You are awesome, and don't allow nobody to put you down to make you feel bad because of your past. Thank you. But yeah, so to the issue under discussion, Mr. So, the justice minister came up and spoke, which we expected for him to have done long time ago. But thank God they came out and they spoke on the matter. He gave us some names out there which he claimed that they have been suspected, you know, to be involved with the crime. And he also gave names of interest. Maybe Mr. Mose can speak to that. Interest and all of that, people of interest, persons of interest. So as it stands now, the only thing we can do is to wait for them to carry on the investigation, and in subsequent time, not a very long period of time, they should be able to tell us what's going on. I myself, I'm not satisfied with that, with the presentation of the justice minister. But in my opinion, since they have come out now to show some points, to show us some people, let us give them the chance and see what they're gonna do, what they're gonna deliver. But I think that, like you said, our nation international image is at stake, because like I listened to somebody today, I was reading on narcotic state, and Liberia is almost going into that threshold. So if we do not tackle it the way we're supposed to, it may be the way Donald Trump leadership looks like, in the next maybe 6 months to a year, Liberia could be declared narcotic state. You know, I know that there are criteria you got to pass before you can be declared of such, like Guinea-Bissau and other countries. But Liberia seems to be gearing towards that for the past 15 to 20 years. So we'll see what's going to happen. And hopefully, I was looking at Martin Colley page and I saw some things there, some video footages that tells me that this transaction have been going on for the longest under the JMB government, and you can tell me that none of them have been aware. It's not possible. Nothing in Liberia happens for nothing. You see, but again, we will give the government a chance to carry on the investigation and see how far it goes. Thank you.
So there seems to be a dramatic change based on the conversation we had last week, which Terry was very, very much explosive, to the extent that the Liberal was humiliated. Now we see a very soft in tone. It appears to me there have been a backyard conversation, correct?
Not really.
No.
I'm just being honest. From that time, there were no, the justice minister did not spoke. They never had a press conference. Nothing was in the pipe. They didn't give her name, no suspect, nothing. So I was worried about that. But since you have come out to give us names of suspects, which I expected they should have done long time ago, and they give us people of interest, they call specific names and institutions that are connected to the process, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt to either shoot themselves in the leg or to bring this thing to bay. So that's why my position changed.
All right. I'm not going to go further with that. I don't want will fight my battle. I believe Qatar will not hold back on this. But let me go turn to Delaware, where Moses is standing by. Moses, the story is being rewritten. Things changing now. Excuses now. Somebody is speaking. The other day they were not speaking. People of interest being held and blah blah blah. You came here with your own the other day. But I'm yes for me. This is very, very much important for our society, and not just only the government. Because when there are repercussions that come with some sort of financial, uh, be it sanctions or restrictions or traveling and all of that, it doesn't. These government people, they don't feed it. The ordinary Liberians who try to get their daily end meet, they are the ones to suffer it. And this is where some of us was coming from, that hey, this thing should have happened, say, because some of the videos, the picture, car doing this. As far as Marcus saying, from time to time, being foreign thing, taxi don't go through VIPs. Before taxi to go through, it must be authorized. And if it is authorized, then who authorized that? So there are a lot of questions. And that's why sometimes we're reaching to the people who want to talk to them, they don't want to do it. And so if they don't come, then you guys gonna bear the heat, and you gonna bear the heat. So look, are you happy with what's going on?
Well, Mr. So let me just say happy Father's Day to everyone in listening world. And the question you asked, am I happy with what's going on? No one can be happy with what's going on. And so that's a rhetorical question, which I understand. Uh, when are you going to be happy? What I know from my own experience is that these investigations takes time, and it takes the gathering of information and facts. And facts collection has to be really, really on point, and you have to be careful where you're getting your facts from and how to expand on those facts, because one fact may lead to another one, and to another one without no ending story. My only thing is that we see now that there's some action taking place, but I'm baffled by some of the investigation tactics. I just read on Facebook that the McGibby court just ordered Roberts International Airport to release documents to include the manifest, the the surveillance footages, the the document with the mail or whatever, with the cargo documents and all of that. They should release it to DEA. Now, the questions that comes to me is that why is the court involved in the investigation when they are supposed to be receiving evidence and determining, and after the attorney general levy charges on certain individual, they need to receive the discoveries. Why are they now instructing people? It's too early for the court. So the next question becomes: is the RIA under the government or under a private entity that they need to have court order to do that? This is a government entity. The government official should have total jurisdiction, or the administration. The executive should have total control over that place, and any document that needs to be collected needs to be collected. You don't need to go to court for it. So if there's a delay tactics, it creates a lot of questions for me. Okay. So who's in charge of the investigation? That's my question. Who are the people in charge of the investigation? Is it the DA or is John Security? All of these questions are racing through my head because when I saw that today, it really bothered me that they're milking, they're kind of destructing. That's why many of our cases are stay pending in Liberia, because many of these things tend to compromise the case and tend to introduce evidence that are totally not acceptable income based on the gathering of the evidence. And that's what the defense attorney usually use to argue those cases. How did they get this? How did they get? We saw that in the fire situation. But I know this is just the beginning. They need to. There's a whole lot of things involved in investigation. Whether it's slow or the fast pace, like I told you guys the other day, in a normal situation, when the body falls, which means when the crime is committed, up to adjudication in court where there's a verdict, minimum it takes up to 2 years because the gathering of evidence, the research on those evidence.
Hold on 1 second here. So before Keto put you in a frying pan here. So are you suggesting that this case will go to 2 years before we can get something?
No, just anything. I'm
Okay.
just saying normal practice is what happens. Depending on how you gather your evidence, it will determine how quick the case go to court. And if you can gather your information in time to present in court and then have these people forgive, because you got to understand the level of proof, the level of guilt is the burden of the prosecutor.
All right. Let me hold you right there.
The level of guilt is the prosecutor. So if you don't have your evidence, you can't go to court.
Okay.
You can't do it.
Thank you so much. Hold your peace. Look, welcome, Keto. Keto, are you there?
Listening. I'm here.
We are in a journey or process of another Tabata again here tonight. This seems to be like Moses and the Reverend from Minnesota. They're going to be in one call here tonight. No, but let me hear you here. Well, let me get your versions of this whole thing. Listen to your two colleagues. I already distanced myself from them. We are now friends, including yourself, but I mean, I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to do. And they're laughing. The thing is okay. Let me hear from you.
So the Reverend just revealed on this platform that one of the research general for the rescue mission, the likes of Martin Colley, put on his page, and he read from Martin Colley's page, and Marty is a research according to the rescue mission, and by excellence. He's a great researcher. He read on the man page that this process, this narcotic process, has been taking place a long time ago in this administration. So this is not the first time. It only came to bust, or it was only exposed because they were not sure of the weight. And when they realized what was in there, somebody leaked, and they just went haywire. The media took it and carried it. So it means that these things have been coming in. They've probably been packaging in Liberia, and they've been shipping it and been going abroad. This is why the EU and United Nations are all involved in this investigation. Unfortunately, the government is not forthcoming. The government is not being very sincere with the things they are putting out there. And, they're going to do, somebody mentioned, they're going to act like the fire incident at the Capitol. They're going to catch low-hanging fruits individual and put them in jail, that people don't have money to even get them out, keep them in jail, and act like they're doing an investigation in a case of bringing what they refer to the bigger fish into the process. And only doing it to distract the Liberian people. You know exactly what is going on. You know this is being done by bigger people in government. Don't forget, this government is so intolerant and so lacking the truth that anybody come from within the government and say anything about this government that is so truthful or reveal any secret about this government, they fire you the next day. You remember the former DEA boss that went to Mika and told the world, including Liberians, that the government of Liberia, the three branches of government, were the ones who were importing drugs into Liberia. The three branches, he named it. And I'm not making the story up. The next day, what happened to that man? He was fired. He was fired. Today, this $19.2 million drugs that enter the country, or wherever they did within the country, were packaged, whatever the news is, we know from reliable sources, and I share this in the chat room, that people close to the president, are involved in this. Why are you hiding and calling other people names that are not even in the country? Why are you even implicating people that have absolutely nothing to do with the drugs issue? It's a distraction because you know why? Now check this out. Who's supposed to do the investigation? You know, the House of Representative call the DEA to go for explanation. What are they gonna do? They're gonna take it into executive section. Listen to what Brisbane said. Mayma Briggs said, once it go into to executive meeting or executive section, you can discuss anything from in there. Nothing can come from other from any other people. You will get penalized for that. So what they're gonna discuss right in there, you're gonna stay in there, and Liberian people they're gonna be left right in limbo. That case is a cartoon. The people they got, they're gonna hold them, and that case will just die down. Nothing. The big fish that are involved, they're gonna continue doing their thing because they're getting big cuts, and that's harming our country. They're breaking the, I mean, it damaging the name of like sooner or later. Somebody said it on one of the show. You know, back in the days when you car travel to America and among the group, the Nigerian, they used to pack the Nigerian one side, the other national, they let it go one side. They used to thoroughly scrutinize the Nigerians. Sooner or later, they'll be doing it to us because of the kind of things that we do in our society. And it's not just from common people. Those are people that are taking regular taxpayer dollars. At the same time, they're putting the ordinary people at risk. And we should speak this thing and speak it with loud voice. We shouldn't compromise it because we are politically connected to somebody. No, it will affect us as Liberian.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to talk other things here, but let me go back. There was last said. Let me go back to Terry, and we'll try as Mr. Justin. Good evening. Welcome. We say happy Saturday. But let me come to Terry, and we'll try to open the line to get word from our folks too, all or not, just in case they want to add their send into it. Terry, you listen to Keta. Yes, some people of persons of interest. Uh, do you think, are we getting the regular to briefing to put to rest the apprehensions and people feelings perceptions towards the case? What is your own hope, knowing the history of our country when it comes to stuff like this? Will we really get to the borderline? And even if we get there, will we see people or these people what they are just earmarked now? They're just gonna be about I mean, how they did this here? Who were those that collaborated with them? I mean, every step of the way to this point, that is a huge consignment to get in the country. Do we have hope that we're going to get something out of this case, or it's just going to be one of these cases that we just talk at the end of the 2 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, it go down? Maybe we say with grand clemency over private key, then it become another conversation, then we'll let it go.
Yeah, Mr. So I think we need to allow them to work to prove to the Liberian people that they are on top of it. Why? Because uh, they got too many things at stake that they're going to lose if they do not get to the bottom of this. The airlines that are coming in Liberia, those airlines will end up shutting down, or your international image will be seen. The image that you have built over the past 2 to 3 years. All right. The government are kettled and sport, the image are kettled and sport that that he can't talk about. So this government have this government is trying to the
This
team within a period of 2 years.
the pastor
They
that boy pastor. Wow, okay, that's
they
it.
they're restoring all those
You will not be
things.
distracted, Mr.
You
So.
know, my man, give me chance. Let me talk my own. You not to play the tabata and all of that. So we're trying to. You have to get to the bottom of this. This is not one of those cases that you can put under the rug and hope that imaginarily the people will forget about it, because you got international community involved. So I would be very surprised if they do not deal with this matter quickly, as soon as possible, and giving Liberian people information in regards to all those that are connected to this particular cartel.
Mr. Collins, what is your when you say quickly? What is your time? What is your own time frame? Let's act like you are
Mr.
the
So, at least 2 or 3 weeks. This thing should not take forever. At least 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're supposed to get proper information.
Okay, you and Moses, definitely Moses now is doing his research. He would never agree with you. So the question now, because you are pivoted 360 degrees here now with the minister briefing and blah, blah, blah. Here we're coming out 2 or 3 weeks. What happens if Terry Collins cannot get enough as it should be after 2 or 3 weeks? What would be another conversation for you?
Well, I will begin to believe the narrative in the media. As it stands, we don't have no investigative, team like journalists then that will go out there and say, look, all these haphazard information that Keto talking about, Martin Colley, how sure are we that all those video footages are accurate? You just take something from Spoontor, you can't talk it, oh, this drug was going on in our government. So what about your $100 million drug? It didn't happen in your government? That GMB government, you didn't speak to that. But here is the thing here. For me, if this government do not give us information, the information that the Liberian people expect them to give. When I mean information we expect, like Keta talking about, somebody in the president, it is alleged that it is believed that somebody in the president's circle, somebody close to the president get a drug. You don't get no proof. You don't get no information that's gossip, that's speculation. That is same speculation they were doing during Jovia time. They say somebody close to the president, Jovia had a drug and all those kind of thing. And that was not proven. That the same thing they're doing now. Which I get it. That's what you're supposed to do as an opposition. But the thing is, if this government do not tackle this thing in the next 2 to 3 weeks from now, Mr. So, I will begin to believe the narrative in the media. And the people themselves will begin to believe that the government itself have a hand in what is going on. So I'm hopeful. I have to be hopeful from the justice minister position. I have to be hopeful. I don't have a choice. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a security operative. I will hope and only pray that they deliver that they deliver information, because I don't want to go be traveling to Liberia. Then I have to pass through Guinea, or I got to pass through Sierra Leone, or I got to pass through Ivory Coast before I go back home. Because Brussels airline cannot fly to Liberia, or Ethiopia airline cannot fly in Liberia. I want to be able to use the Brussels airline and go straight, or use Air Morocco or other international flights. So the government itself is quite aware that if they don't get to the bottom of this thing as soon as possible, it's not going to be good for them on the international scale. That's just my position.
Thank you so much. Mr. Moses Momolo, one of our prompt and valuable to listener, we say it happy Father's Day. Thank you so much, McBell, as well. Good to have you all here. Moses, do you have timeline? Terry already put a line on his side, hoping to get a detail, not just only for him, whatever he speaks here, he speaks it on behalf of followers and taking his position. Do you have a timeline as well, and anticipate a time that based on your expertise, when do you think what could be an ideal time so that we can go in our share? Because if people can tell us and we can get a daily briefing and nobody's saying anything, and we're just going to be looking at people, for us here, we make sure we in one of the group chat, we will make sure we validate. Check the information, so we are not in a rush of breaking any news. What is important, what you put out there, must be validated. Do you have a timeline?
It is impossible for anyone to have a timeline in such investigation. Number one is that in investigation, in security or policing, You have to go where the evidence leads you to. It's not something that is fixed out there. And when I hear Keto them making remarks and making allegations that this and that, he spoke here last week and said, let's take politics out of this. I mentioned the same thing. And that's why I always tell people security personnel are non-political. Should be, let me change that, should be non-political individuals. They don't affiliate with any political party because their job goes beyond politics and politicking. You have to go where the evidence leads you. That's how you can make good investigation. Number two is that you need the appropriate resources to do that. Do we have the resources in Liberia? Do we have the money? You know what it takes the United States to make a big drug bust in this country? Millions of dollars, because they will spend that money because they're trying to go and get the proper evidence to prosecute. They don't do that. We don't have that kind of money to do that. We go by what the information you receive, you start investigating, and wherever it leads to, that's where you're going and paying attention. And sometimes, guess what? Wherever you think that information is coming from, you go there, it's a dead end. You can't find anything, then you got to start all over and do that. So for me, I'm telling people on the show here, from my own experience and working with people who have done some thorough investigation before, we need to give it time. For me, it's very, very early. My only thing is that the information coming out there should not be coming out there without the proper authority giving those information. Now, when I requested in the beginning of this saga that in fact, have you guys heard from the IG? Did anyone hear from the IG yet? Now, the IG had already been charging people before when I said the IG don't have authority to charge people. And I said on the same show, the people who were supposed to speak, the Attorney General's office, should have been the one leading a press conference with all investigative units to let the people know, to calm down and give them information that this is being looked at seriously, and that when the time comes, as the information becomes available, that needs to be public will be public, because they carefully cannot taint or compromise the case against those alleged individuals. And the names he called the other day are all EPS people. Most of them EPS. So why are EPS moving cargo? EPS people at the airport are supposed to go there when the president is either leaving or returning. Why are they in the area? And these are some of the investigations that need to go on. Why are they there moving packages?
So quickly,
You see, and that's why, you see, our people need to understand. We need the logistics, okay, which I know is not available. Since 2011, I think I shared with everyone.
It's just why
Real quick.
why we don't have this available?
Let me give you some things. Drug business have been on the radar. My brother was saying, Welton was saying, not yesterday, not Uneboka administration, since 2009, Liberia was noted. I sent it to you guys individually. The UN and the international community report on Liberia said Liberia was becoming a trafficking center from West Africa of drugs. They didn't say drug use. They said trafficking. Since 2011. Where are we? We're in 2026. What makes you think since then everything stopped and it's just starting again? These are things we need to look at and reflect on to make sure we don't be overzealous in our ability to say, oh, this thing needs to come out, this thing needs to. It needs thorough investigation. Because if you don't do it right this time, you will not do it right tomorrow, and this whole saga will continue. And there will be more drug dealing coming up. So you want to do it right. So, Mr. So, to answer your question, there's no timeline in such investigation. It has taken other countries years of investigation to lead to the cartel. Years. And we want this to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It is next to impossible.
So, many quickly, let's put short pants on this whole thing here. You want it indefinitely, no timeline.
There cannot be any timeline put on such investigation. Nowhere in the world they can put timeline on this kind of investigation.
Okay, before I go to,
but it doesn't mean that you're not going to come up with something, and those things cannot be unveiled until it go through the court system. That's why I'm asking the question: why is the court now ordering Roberts International Airport to release document? The court has no jurisdiction. Roberts International Airport is controlled by the government. The government have the right to go there anytime and investigate and take papers, or this administration. So why do they have to go to the court? Why? That's the question I want answer to. And who's doing the investigation to go to the court and the court sign paper and tell Roberts, your Robert International Airport, where it's not privately run?
Yeah, you will give all that answer. You want this investigation to go as long as it can.
No, not as long as fair and appropriate. Appropriate. Now,
what is appropriate for you is not appropriate for me. So why will you use a relative word that will just leave me hanging? And
because that's how it's done all over in the world. You're not isolated.
What?
You're not isolated. That's how it's done everywhere. In such investigation, it takes time.
So, okay, I do know it takes time, but what are other mechanisms, what are other things being done beyond that, taking time to reassure the citizenry, yes, we will get to the bottom line? You didn't outline.
The other things that need to be done is that the citizen needs to invest in, yes, the investigation team or the Attorney General need to have a press conference letting the people know this is going to take time, this is what we do. We're getting the resources appropriate to complete this investigation. As soon as we do that, the perpetrator will be brought to justice. Constantly. That's the press conference I would have had if I had an opportunity to be there. That's the conversation I would have had with the Liberian people. You want to reduce the idea of having these kind of conversations and asking the question because these people don't have any expertise in these areas of investigation.
Okay, I know today is a big day and everybody is, some of the dinner and thing, and the baby then got to feed you before the whole night come to an end. So we will kind of leave early. I understand. Mostly texting me now, Terry also texting Chamon. You gotta get at 9:30 dinner before whatever can happen. Look, Keto, these guys are putting spin on this thing here, and there are people.
Mr. So we can come back tomorrow and continue from where we stop.
Oh no, definitely, man. 9:30. I know. I don't want people dinner to get lukewarm and all that kind of thing here. Look, Keto, these guys are putting spin. I got a port number here. Let me hear from the so-called rescue Uncle Clarence.
I wanted to respond to something, but
yeah. Okay, no, go ahead. What is from who? From me or from Moses?
Yeah, to what Mr. Sigbe said, because he talked about you cannot put time. So I want to know that so the suspects that the government going to charge, or that the government have in the custody, because I know that investigation has stages. You have seizure and arrest. I'm not talking about the deadline of the investigation. I'm talking about time. You got to put timeline because you can't tell me that you will arrest that amount of drugs, you will have suspect in custody, and you will not charge them until you find the international, the person who doing the international trade and all of that. Because you already have earmarked suspects. So you want to tell me we'll wait for 8 months before you charge one suspect and send him to court?
Well,
we'll wait 10 more, or there will be no time frame whatsoever. Even though you have announced to the public that you got suspects.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that
Thank you.
what you say?
That warrants an explanation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. And because people are naive about the process, that's why sometimes some of these questions come out. A suspect does not mean that this person happens to be the full perpetrator of it. You create probable cause. That means when you say you're arresting someone, there's a high probability that this person may have committed this crime. And that's why you're taking the person out. That's what they tell you. When you take someone into custody for a crime committed, you have 72 hours to come up with your evidence and go to court and arrange that person and try them in court.
How many hours today, Moses?
Wait a minute now. Oh my God.
You're feeling telling us.
Wait a minute. The law says after 72 hours, if you can't come up with evidence, that person has to be released. Now, if that person is released and you gather more evidence, you can go back and arrest that person again. So, my people, y'all got to be careful. We have to be careful. Because that's why when we get this report, the human rights report, and they talk about the abuse of human rights, these are some of the things that are taken into consideration. You cannot be overzealous and charge someone because they're public. And in Liberia, I understand that public sentiment is the one that rules. And that's why these things are put on Facebook and everything. The gathering of evidence does not depend on public sentiments. And because you say you got a suspect, does not mean the person is fully charged. If you can't charge the person, you need to release them.
Yeah, but Mr. Simple, there's a period of time. Like you just said, there's a time frame.
So why am I gonna bring a suspect and go charge him when you don't have evidence that will hold water in court?
Oh.
Suspicion doesn't mean you did it. Check the definition of suspicion.
I agree, but what we're saying is,
so why would you want them to charge the man who because the man's a suspect? Why would you want them to charge him?
That's what we're saying. I'm not saying you should charge a suspect. We're saying that there must be a time frame for these investigations, especially when the justice minister have come up to tell the public that we have suspects. And so we are expecting, we got suspects, we got people of interest. So we are expecting these suspects and people of interest to be investigated because the second dimension, the second aspect of the investigation is collection of evidence. Collection of evidence. So you can't tell me that you will not have a time frame on these suspects that the justice minister claimed that he have in to carry them through the process. Then that means that there is no need of being here.
No. Do you know if those suspects are being held over 72 hours? Or do you know whether they've been released?
That's what I'm saying, that there's an update, that time frame. We will be expecting for the government to respond to the public within a certain period of time as regarding how far they have gone so far with those who they claim are suspects and those who they claim are persons of interest. That's what we're trying to say, Mr. Sigwe. Okay. we are not disagreeing with you.
Kata.
We just saying there has to be a time frame.
No, let's go with what the law says, 72 hours.
This representative of the Liberal here tonight, Terry is not with Moses. Liberal is not happy what Terry is doing, but that of course I know. He knows that. That's why he not. But look, we're not going to take much longer time here. Everybody, the man called me this morning, say he was eating, I don't know, go soup or whatever. Come on.
Oh, the man didn't go. Man, say, I guess I'm gonna go soup here. I don't know. The father did go soup.
Oh, the father did go soup.
Yeah, I get my own father did go soup here.
I thought the man 8 o'clock this morning say he drinking soup.
What? 8 o'clock in the morning for breakfast?
Yeah. Well, hey, well, that's your pillow. I wish you had just wasted going your eyeball.
Listen,
never now Congo man.
In Lofa, we can eat tabagi 8 o'clock in the morning before.
Wow.
So what you talking about?
That one I lie.
We used to eat
that one I lie.
The school in the morning, once you're ready, you eat it, you go to school. What are you talking about?
Okay, Keto, let's hear you.
Thank you. I think what Terry The question Terry asks, and you can open a whole Pandora box and see how the justice system is so rotten in our society. Now, the question is, and Moses explained it perfectly on paper. It's on paper in black and white. The explanation is beautiful, but in actuality, is is far from the reality in Liberia. Far
Uh-huh.
from the reality in
Okay.
Liberia. The
Good.
guys that were arrested for the fire incident,
Crime,
those
crime,
guys,
just okay.
Very
those
good point.
guys, those guys were not released. Those guys were sent. They were tortured. They have been in jail since, and they still got fanatical finally going to court. While those guys are in jail.
That's human rights violation.
You know what I'm saying? And
We
that's some of the things that people
support
talk
it.
about now. You got somebody, you got bigger fish. You got bigger, the tank for this drug is big. And the people,
Absolutely.
the main players are people that are in authority. Did you read the letter from one of the LDA guy that resigned? I shared a letter in
The
our
top
chat room.
dog. Yeah, we saw it.
You saw that letter? The
Yes.
man said his family has been targeted.
Yep.
You understand? This
I
to
thought the
show you,
people say
and
that
you
letter are fake.
No, it's not fake.
well fake. It's
It
Oh,
real.
was on Monday, the 9th.
It's real. The man put a letter out there. He sent a letter resigning because the threat level is too high. Who the threat level coming from?
That's the
People
question
in
that remains
authority,
to be answered.
way up there in authority. That's where the threat level coming from. Let me tell you something. When you see these things happening, you gotta open your mind and see how threat level is being implemented from in this government. From the I don't know about the judiciary, but from the legislature and the executive. Anything you do in this government that is not in the favor of this government, whether you right or wrong, whether you right, the government take it serious and penalize you for it. They penalize you for it to the extent now, even in the House of Representatives, people who are even opposition or even in position, but they have condescending. They have different views. They are scared to even put it on the floor. People who could speak, they can't even speak again because the threat level is so high. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to be on the radar and all that stuff. And this is bad for our democracy. And that's the question Terry asked and the security analyst tried to explain. But this is the thing we're still saying, yeah. Even though the analysts say, yes, that's the procedure, that's how it's going to be in a normal society. But it's not going to work in Liberia because the power there be like two places the people getting their money from. Three, in fact, like three places. The donor funds, the money the donor bring in, the money they're collecting from Liberian people, tax dollar, and other things like the concession agreement, and the drug money. The drug money is sweet, but it can be sour. The drug money can be sweet, but it can get it's sour. It's like how the Henry Costa said it's like what they think God need or
Pocket.
Ponge God. It greasy, but it bitter. And it greasy, you won't try away, but it bitter, you can eat it. Like high drug money loader, especially the kind of drug money. You're collecting these people drug money. We heard back in the days on the Ellen Johnson said comment, $500,000 worth of drugs came into Liberia. $100,000 worth of drugs came into Liberia. They arrested some people, Ghanaians and other national, Russian, and they tried them in America. Yeah, they turned them over to America, tried them in jail. Yeah, we know all the story. Honor President, we are the American hinted president, we are government. $100,000 drugs. The drugs were confiscated. They arrested the people that brought it in. They tried them. The court made them walk free. The court made them walk free. We see the kind of hands that play. We can't take this thing for granted. The people who are caught with their pants down, they should be disgraced. They should be brought to the public glare and they should be penalized for what they're doing to our society. Because let me tell you a story what happened during the war when the guys were passing arms through Aracos coming to Liberia. There was a prominent Liberian woman.
The time.
She asked the general in Aracos, she said, you think you're going your line to pass in Aracos to go to Liberia? You think someone will leave? The general told us, he said, no, man, the contract going to Liberia. 2 days he came, 2 days after he came after the lady. I don't want to call it lady, the prominent woman came after the woman said, I think he thought it makes sense and that's true. were in Ivory Coast. The same guns that went into Liberia, that the same guns that came right back into Ivory Coast. Because Dana they fell. And where the people crossed from? Liberia into Ivory Coast. So I'm telling you, the very drugs that these people aligned to come to our society, and they think it will just come and fly from Liberia and go to Europe. Some of the drugs will stay right in our society. Our kids will get involved with it. And when the kids start seeing that thing is lucrative, they got good money, they will start forming gang groups that will start slaughtering each other, even to
Okay,
the highest level. And this is where we don't want to be.
okay, Keto, hold on. Clarence is on the line. I don't know why the Liberal is calling, but there are two of them. Let me put them together. Then talk about Tabata. All right. Clarence,
Hello.
Hey, CEO, how you doing?
I'm doing very good. The soccer book chair is also on the line. I don't know your
Look,
plan to call
I
together.
can't speak. I can't speak before the board chair. That the rule. That the board chair speak.
Oh, who make a rule? I conducting program is talking about board chair make rule. Wait, you see, you want to speak or you don't want to speak?
I want to speak, but I know you gotta get it another chance.
Mr. So why are you afraid? The man is doing some of his time to the board chair. Why are you?
Mr. So supposed to be afraid. You afraid you appear on the show. The liberals are afraid to come on the show.
Okay, let's hear you. Again, happy Father's Day. It's good to have you here. Let's hear you, Liberal.
Let me say happy Father's Day to all the fathers that wheelchair cutter who doesn't even look like anything more than 15-year-old anyhow. So, but anyway, he must say up the road must say he got children. So I would say happy Father's Day.
Let's tell you, he came here. He said he's not going to say happy Father's Day to the president and you because the first president is a constitutional responsibility. I'm just saying it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I take my happy Father's Day back from him. Take it back. I take a rest from it too.
What? You take it back. Let's hear you.
Happy Father's Day to all of you. Look, this thing is very serious. And as you can see, if you listen keenly, and they are now opposing each other, but they're pretty much struggling with the ideas between Mose and Terry. They're both on the same line. However, this is how difficult this whole matter is, because Terry is suggesting you cannot do these things. Liberia, the level of understanding with Liberians is not as sophisticated as it is here. And Mose is saying these things takes time. But do Liberia have that patience? Liberians that are the voters themselves, do they have the patience? And Terry is saying you should be able to understand your constituency. In other words, those who you represent, you should be able to know who they are and what they do. Because the issue here is this: these people that are the voters themselves, if these things are not done properly, they will continue to believe speculations, and they will believe those who are out there to harm, ruin the government image and what have you. So the government need to take action. They need to be involved. But what Mose is also saying is quite correct, because he's saying it takes time. But the government then need to do what Terry is suggesting and do what Mose is saying as well. Come with the information and say, look, we are investigating. These things require more time. But you can't just sit there not saying anything and expect the people to just sit back without accepting the speculation out there. And then so it's difficult. It's a difficult one. But I would expect the government to take the lead and bring out information. Truthful information will be helpful.
Other than in the same boat. Good night. Clarence Davis.
Hey, CEO, happy Father's Day to everyone in the house.
Same to you.
I'm listening, CEO.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear you.
You know, I really want to ask Keta tonight, because a lot of Tabata is talking there tonight. I want to ask you, during the time the U.S. government had with the Liberian government, they arrested $100 million drugs in our airport in Liberia. Whether they never showed a video footage or the people of interest Because the few people that they are honoring, they get fear people. And they get hurry, and they are not paying nothing. How can you have people you arrested with a drug? Even the storage at the general supermarket storage that they draw were arrested. You know what invited the people for investigation? To get the government doing everything. The drone that took their drug to the airport, they pour a brother, who are the one that were on the run, Paul had already turned himself over to the government. So let's see the beginning of the later development of because there's information that they draw keep from your house coming straight to the airport. So I think what Moses is saying to that, we got to listen to it because we don't want to hurry with their kids to destroy our country or to destroy the investigation. So let's get it, do that, get on the investigation, the chance, that they do the right thing because the image of our country, everyone are concerning. Tomorrow when you are traveling and they draw something big, the truth that they draw their big transport and I draw from Nigeria for Sarastan. It's about image for our country, not only for the government. You might be traveling one day, they put you on the side. And these two guys that they keep suspend their kids, they started their company said 2018. Who knows if this is what they have been doing for 2018 or to present? So to me, don't get a government change regardless about who's the political party is support. It's about the country. It's not about political party. Don't get a government change, let them do the right thing. Thank you for the show. See you.
Okay, we want to keep within the time frame. We already slipped over the hours, so we're going to wrap it up. And definitely we want to be back here to join the labor here. But in your closing remarks, I think CSA is also reporting that about 6,000 Liberians, civil servants being earmarked for retirement for different reasons, health, educations, and all of that. That could form part of tomorrow's conversation. Yeah. But before we go, Keter, you are in flight or you end there, right?
Oh, I was in flight and the so-called Rescue 3 came here and spilled all tapa excellence. So
And
I will not
and
they look very today
but no,
Sunday.
go ahead, bro.
You and your liberal and the so-called wannabe politician called security analyst is here talking and look, you're wasting our time here. This is where we are. This is crucial time in Liberia that we need swift investigation and swift action so that we can put this thing to rest. We know we arrested drugs, and this is something that the NSA apparently in collaboration with the international security apparatus have been investigating. And apparently they have informed the Liberian government about this thing over and again. But again, like I said, this business is lucrative, and we got some greedy people in our society that are constantly stealing from the Liberian people, and now they are finding a way to get free money. But their free money here is bittersweet. It's bittersweet. And we will not allow this other free money that they come to get to continue to damage our society because it has the potential of damaging our society. This is the reason why we must talk about it. We must amplify it. We must make it big. So at least international people can step in. The government feet can be, on fire. So the government can do the right thing. There are people that we are hearing that are close to the executive that names been popping out here and there. The only people who see the arresting, they are low-hanging fruit, people of no significance at all.
Thank
But
you,
the
sir.
very people who are up there, they are leaving them untouched. And that's the problem we have.
Thank you so much. Moses, let's hear you.
Thank you, CEO. Thank you for the show. And gentlemen, I just want to let you guys know that in criminal investigation, there are a lot of different tactics in gathering evidence, information, and sharing. And you have to be very discreet on who handles those information because in court, it's beyond a reasonable doubt that you can find someone guilty. You have to beyond a reasonable doubt, which means any little thing that you didn't do right can acquit that person from court. And as in the case of O.J. Simpson, I remind you guys that thing looked like a slam dunk case. And because the glove did not fit his hand, they never took into account that that glove had been sitting wet, got dry, and all that stuff with the blood and all of that, and it may have shrank. They never took that into consideration. When he tried to put it in his hands, the glove does not fit. It must have quit. And that's how O.J. Simpson got. And I'm just saying this to let you guys know what we're doing with this thing here and talking about it. It's just regular conversation we're having. The idea of investigating drug trafficking is significantly huge. You have to have the resources. Does Liberia have the resources? No. And that's what you need international community collaboration to do this. How quick are these resources available? How quick are the resources available to Liberia, and especially underground? It's something we need to take, that I, as someone who in the area who have had experience, taking into consideration. So when we come here, we speak, we're not speaking on politics or taking side. We're trying to be as objective and let the people, educate the people on these processes. That's all I try to do. We're not in favor of any sitting administration, and that's why I keep telling you guys that this drug issue is not just today's thing. We cannot be overzealous in history in our investigation, because we're going to be called with our pants down. What they say? Hurry, hurry, bus transit. Let me put it literally that way. Hurry, hurry, bus transit. And we don't want to do that.
Thank you very much.
People, I want to advise you, the people, to have the patience, so that this one case, this thing be around for a long time, this one case, your patience is needed, so we can win this case and set the mark, so that Liberia will not receive sanctions. Because if Liberia as a whole receives sanctions, whoever is going to bother the country, and we're going to live in poverty forever. So y'all please exercise some patience and start doing the hurry thing. Thank you.
All right, Reverend, send on.
Yeah, so thank you for the show again. And that is what it is. Kettle got to understand that,
Wow.
this is a different era. This is not the era. But to be honest with you, Jovia drug case lasted for 7 months. All right. The 100 million drugs. But the investigation was swift. They started in October, right? And by December, they were able to charge people and send them to court. So probably what Mr. Sigbe is saying, could this be the reasons why they did not collect sufficient evidence enough to tar those people for which they got scot-free? Could that be some of the case, or could that be some of the reasons? Well, I don't know. But they work, and we saw that they work. So, however, from my perspective was that I would expect that the people, the justice minister is saying that they have suspects in custody and they made some arrests. I don't think and expect them to take over 1 month, 10 months to bring down a indictment for those suspects that they have arrested. I would expect that any suspect in their custody will take close to 3 to 4 weeks preliminarily before they be charged. That's from that perspective I was looking at. I was not looking at the whole entire investigation. I'm talking about from preliminarily that the Liberian people will have a clue. Like what Labor put it right there. That the Liberian people will have a clue
Here
to
we go.
say, yes, these are the people, Mr. So, Mr. So, you don't want to call your eye rival. But
Look,
these are the people that we have in our custody, and these are the indictment that we send into court. And the investigation is always ongoing. But you have to have people. You can't say you arrest the people and go and keep them in jail as you're looking for international or drug trafficker. No, what you have on here is what you carry to the court. Thank you very much, Liv.
You just contradicted yourself.
Thank you. Mr. So, there's a trending show. I mean, there's a trending case in Liberia like
Well,
coming
I
up,
did
and
not
I want you to
contradict
send
myself. I agree with you partly. I
Mr. So. I
partly
want you to
agree with
send
you.
That's okay.
our
That's why I
local
cited.
journalists
We're
at the
talking.
NEC office. There's something popping up at NEC. The newly confirmed NEC boss. He demoting people and reducing the salary, bringing people down who are making $1,000 to like 400, and reducing and taking them from their offices and putting them down and bringing his own people on board. And
That's
so these are
that's
the
serious.
newly confirmed NEC boss with his deputy. That's what they're doing over there. And I got independent and serious minded report because people who are affected contacted me.
Well,
And if you want,
true.
you can send people wanted to investigate.
Be careful on those allegations, because if that is
It's
true,
not. I'm telling you, I can send somebody's salary. I can
Just
send
tell
somebody
me,
letter to you.
understand that.
Hold on, security analyst. I can send a letter to you directly from the office of the boss, bringing somebody's salary down and demoting the person.
Give me a chance to just say what I'm saying. You would know that I'm on your side. I'm not debating with you. I'm not saying you don't have those things.
Okay, guys, we don't want to relegate
You
this.
see? I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying is if that's subordinated culture, if that happens and it's widespread, that's a serious security breach to do that. And I don't know if this person has the authority. So we got to make sure that we got our facts in place, and the allegations, and the people got redress. They got redress. And they can go to court.
Yeah.
The information you just released on the 5,000 jobs, does that mean that 5,000 jobs will be vacant? 6,000?
Yeah, we know what they are saying. I'm going through that and they're talking about the 6,000. Most of them are health, education, and they are hoping to reincorporate new breed into it.
That's good news.
Then, which is okay if it is done correctly, as they are saying. Are they going retiring with their benefits? That's another piece puzzle needed to be added. So we want to see, or are they just taking there and breaking their own people, the whole situation?
But Mr. So,
of national reform, then that's a problem, I know. But let's see.
But as far as when you talk about retiring people, it's not gotta be. It could be for health and aging. It can be for education, because education means the person is not qualified. So you're firing them because they're not qualified. No, you're not retiring them.
Yeah, that's why he's. Hold on one second. Yeah, you see, you want me to
be affected by it. You got teachers who've been teaching for 40 years. You want to stay there? I think that's
no. They say education, meaning the person got a criteria.
No,
to be
that's
not
the definition you give it. You see, you always have to do it. That's the problem. You see, longer we stay,
we are sharing we.
So bring it down for all that we hear. Bring it down for all that we hear. CEO.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Y'all got too political. Y'all politicize everything. That's not what it is.
Do you want to look at a talking point now to
Mr. So I was saying the letter, please do not reveal the person's name, because the person stay in the employment of this entity, but the person salary will reduce from 1,000 to 400.
Yeah, that one person, man. That
not one person. So many of them. Many.
Okay, then that's good. Then we'll figure it out. We'll find out. But it poses a security threat if they're doing that. Seriously. Because these guys that have been working, classified information, that can take and run with it and try to make some money out of it. That's not good in security. You can't do that.
Yeah, good night. Go arrest the people that took our drugs. That would be good for the security.
People took your drugs? They bought drugs for you. You said they took your drugs?
They put up all the drugs and you give them indefinite time for investing.
Good night, my people. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk some more tomorrow.
Call your papi. We need to bring the people to justice. Yeah, good night. And happy.
We'll talk some more tomorrow, my boy. Have a good night.
Okay, well, folks, that does it this evening. So I want to thank all of you for your time. If you joining us, hey, Edwin, we are dog going. Happy Father's Day. Our own Roland Harris YG, our national correspondent base A, Zulu Whiskey. Happy Father Day, and thank you so much for all what you do for this network and continuing to do. A lot is still ongoing. We want to thank all of you. We say happy Father Day for sharing your evening with us here tonight. On this note, by God's willing, same time, same station, the liberal escape from me tonight. Tomorrow, no escape. I will be in his own house, and we're going to have a conversation and see who's who. Have a pleasant evening, and bye-bye. I am your host and presenter, Alfonso Zian. So have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.